Somewhere on your Social Security record, there might be a blank line. A year you served, a year that should show earnings and it's empty. You served on active duty before 2002. The government was supposed to add the extra earnings to your record for that service. Extra earnings that can raise your Social Security check for the rest of your life. And here's the part nobody tells you. Nobody at Social Security is going to call to make sure that it's there. My 82-year-old Dad Wallace, he's a Vietnam-era veteran. He served in that window, which means these extra earnings apply to him. And here's the thing. Most veterans have never, ever heard of this rule. I also wrote a field guide for veterans called Medicare for Veterans, and I'll tell you where to read it for free at the end. But first, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly where to look on your own record. If you served on active duty between 1957 and 2001, Social Security added extra earnings to your record, not your regular military pay. Extra earnings on top of what you already made. Why would they do that? Because certain military benefits, like your housing allowance, were never taxed for Social Security. Congress knew that left a gap, so they made up for it with bonus credit. Here's how it breaks down. If you served between 1957 and 1977, Social Security added $300 in extra earnings for every calendar quarter you got active duty basic pay. If you served between 1978 and 2001, for every $300 in active duty basic pay, they added $100 more, up to $1,200 a year. 4 years of service could mean thousands of dollars added to your record. And in January of 2002, Congress ended it. So this applies to one group of veterans, the ones who served before 2002. If that's you, keep listening. I'm Chris Duncan. I've been helping retirees with Medicare and retirement planning for nearly 20 years. Our organization focuses on veterans, and here's one thing I've learned. The system does not go out of its way to tell veterans what they've earned. You have to know where to look. So let me show you why this matters and then exactly how to check. Here's what Social Security does with those credits. They don't hand you a separate check. They add the credits to your earnings record. And your earnings record is what Social Security uses to figure your monthly benefit. Social Security takes your highest 35 years of earnings and averages them. The higher the average, the higher your check. Now I have to be straight with you because this channel runs on facts. Adding credits to your record does not guarantee a bigger check. For some veterans, those extra earnings raise the check every month for life. For others, it may not move the needle much. And for some veterans, those credits are the difference between qualifying for Social Security at all and not qualifying. So this is not about a payment you're owed. This is about making sure the service you already gave is actually counted. Here's the catch, and this is where veterans get caught. For service from 1968 through 2001, Social Security says the credits were added automatically. For service from 1957 through 1967, they only get added when you apply, and only if you tell them. But automatic doesn't always mean accurate. Social Security's own rules admit a record can have a gap or a wrong number, and Social Security cannot fix a gap that they don't know about. If a year you served is missing, nobody is going to catch it for you. That's why you have to be the one who look. Let me tell you about my dad, Wallace. He's 82 years old, Vietnam-era veteran. He served his country, came home, went to work, and raised a family. Did everything the right way. And here's what gets me. A man like that gave years of his life in uniform. Whether or not the country counted those years on his Social Security record comes down to one thing, whether somebody thought to look. Not a phone call from the government, not a letter in the mail, just whether the veteran or someone helping him knew to check. That's true for my dad. It's true for my friend Rick, a Vietnam veteran, and it's true for you. These men served. The least the rest of us can do is make sure the service got counted. Now picture three veterans, same war, same years in uniform, same service. The first veteran never looked. He assumed it was automatic like most of us do. He filed for Social Security online, got his check, and never thought about it again. If a year was missing, it's still missing, and nobody's coming to fix it. The second veteran, he looked. He pulled his record, found a gap where a year of service should have been, brought his DD-214 to Social Security, and it got corrected. His record now shows what he actually earned. The third veteran already knew. He checked before he ever filed. He walked in with his service papers and made sure every year counted from the start. Same service, three different outcomes. The only difference is whether somebody looked. Which one are you going to be? So here's exactly how to check yours. Write this down. Go to ssa.gov and create a free My Social Security account. It's the government's official site, not a middleman. Once you're in, pull up your earnings record. It lists your earnings year by year, going all the way back. Now look at the years you were in a uniform. Ask yourself two things. Do you see earnings listed for those years? And do the amounts look about right for what you remember? If a service year is blank or those numbers look off, that's your flag. Contact Social Security. Have your DD-214 ready, your discharge paper. That document is how they verify your service and fix your record. And remember what you're doing here. You're not asking for a handout. You're not asking for a special new benefit. You're making sure the service you already gave gets fully counted. That's it. Let me leave you with this. Your military service earns you something in more than one place. It's on your Social Security record if it was counted correctly, and it connects to Medicare too. Because when Social Security checks go up, the Medicare Part B premium comes right out of that same check. Got a whole video on what the handbook says about that. It's on your screen at the end, but it starts here. Go pull your record this week. Look at your service years. 10 minutes today could mean a higher check for the rest of your life. Or at the very least, peace of mind that the country counted what you gave. I wrote a book called Medicare for Veterans, The Complete Field Guide. If you're watching on your TV right now, take out your phone. Scan the code on your screen. It'll take you straight there and you can read it free. Or go to freevetsbook.com or grab a copy on Amazon. I'm not from Social Security, and this is general information, not personal advice. Always check your own record before you make any decision. You're seeing two videos on your screen. One breaks down exactly what page 11 of the Medicare handbook says about your Part B premium. The other shows you how taking Social Security early changes your check for life. Both are worth your time. I'm Duncan, and remember, we speak veteran.